Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Retirement SOS. I'm Ernie.
And I'm Beth, and this is Ruby. And today we're going to talk about why it's harder for men to make new friends and a little bit easier for women when you're over age 60.
And Beth, I know this is going to be a controversial topic, and I know people are going to say that we're generalizing, but all this is our observations and our opinions. So I hope that's going to appease everybody over this topic. So I've been leading a monthly seniors group this year, and it's a group where you can make new friends if you choose to. And demographically, about 80% of the people that choose to attend are made up of women, and then there's just a handful of men. So Beth, why do you think that is?
Well, I think women do tend to be more joiners. I think that they will often put themselves out there more and join different activities.
Yep.
So maybe they are a little bit more risk takers in that category. Retired women are a lot more passionate socially and not as shy or nervous about meeting new people. And it's easy for women to convert acquaintances into friends. And they also can drop friends quickly. I know that. Women can pick up friends and drop them much easier than men do.
So you know what I've noticed, Beth, when I have my seniors meetings, I find that men just find it more challenging to open up and reveal things about themselves, especially when they're in group settings with new people.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, but I've come to realize that they just need a little boost of confidence. So as a result, I do my best getting the real shy ones talking by engaging with them and making sure they are involved. And once they break that ice, you know what happens? They get really comfortable and they start talking and they end up having a good time. And you really start seeing their true personalities come through. So that's just a little trick that I do when I lead a meeting. And there is one other thing I want to mention. I used to have a lot of friends at work, but after 2 years of retirement, I now keep in contact with about 2 of them from the company that I retired from. The fact is, you can't really count on your work acquaintances to last long term. I mean, your work friends won't forget you, but you know what? You're just going to fade away into the background the longer you're retired. So my question, Beth, is why do we lose friends as we get older?
Well, unfortunately, when our kids are all grown up, we end up losing some of those connections that we had when the kids were younger. Also, our interests change as we get older, and you may lose some of the connections that you had with old friends and you have less in common with them. You could be going through a divorce or a separation, and then unfortunately maybe the dynamic changes with friendships. Maybe you're no longer as welcome as a single person. Don't be surprised if many of your couple friends end up dropping you due to the circumstances. I always think it's funny, but when you're really young, like a little kid, you have no expectations on your friendships. You don't care who you play with. You knock on the neighbor's door and whoever comes out to play, you're happy with it. But
And
somehow as we get older, our expectations are different and we're much more picky about who we want to be with. So that's part of the problem too.
And you know, we can extrapolate that into like adults of parents, because you know we had a lot of friends because of our kids. You know, they would have play dates and there was a lot of sports activities and we would carpool in. But then as your kids become adults, you kind of lose those connections.
That's true. You drift away from each other. Sometimes when you enter retirement, you're faced with more free time and more, I guess, reflection on yourself. And then it makes you see some of your friendships in a different light. And maybe you realize all of a sudden that you don't have as much in common as the people that you had when you were working, you were busier. You were reflecting more on the nuances of the friendship and realize that it's just no longer working for you anymore. And that is how a lot of people drift apart. They simply don't have as much in common.
Yeah, and I think basically to sum up what you said is a lot of times you just kind of outgrow your friends.
Mm-hmm. You too.
especially, when you're over age 60. Tell us where seniors can meet new people.
Well, I guess it has to be mentioned that be a joiner. I'm not much of a joiner. I hate joining things, but the people that make the effort and put themselves out there and join activities are the ones that are going to meet more people. Now, not everyone you meet is going to be a lifelong friend, but at least you're putting yourself in that circumstance to meet more people. So don't say no to a party. Go to a specialty seniors group, the library, places of worship, book clubs, all kinds of places where you can meet people.
How about in the grocery store if you, let's say, knock carts? Do you think maybe that's a good way?
I don't think so.
So you shouldn't do that.
No.
Okay.
I think the best thing to do is recognize your biggest passion and then join a group with people that have that same passion.
Yeah, I think that's the number one tip.
So I can appreciate that it's easier said than done, being a joiner and putting yourself out there. Of course, it'll take courage to reach out and make that first step, but you have to start somewhere. So good luck and get yourself out there and start being social again. Thank you for watching.
So until next time, bye for now.